All right, Bruce Helmer joins us now. We're talking about money, and today's topic, it's something I think a lot of people don't like to talk about. They don't like to think about it because it's about a will. And none of us are going to die, right? We're all going to live forever. But people need an estate plan. Well, does everyone need an estate plan?
That's a great opening question and a great opening comment. People don't like to think about, we don't like to think about our own death, so we put it off, even though we know we're all going to die someday. And yes, everybody needs to do estate planning. People think that estate planning is only for the wealthy or the affluent, and what they're thinking of is people that are going to be subjected to estate taxes,
Sure.
which not everybody is. But even if you don't have a large estate that's a taxable estate, all estate planning is when you leave this world, where do you want what's left to go and how do you get it there efficiently and effectively? And really all of us need to do that.
These conversations can be difficult to start though, because you start to talk about it and people start to panic. What's wrong with you? What do you recommend people do when they do want to sit down? Because you have to have conversations with not just your loved ones, but others as well.
Yeah, I think the first thing I always coach people on is that this is not an irrevocable decision. You can change your mind. Some of the intimidation factor is that if I draft a will, now this is a document that's permanent, but wills need to be reviewed and updated and changed from time to time because your life circumstances will change, tax laws will change, and so on. The other thing I tell people is it starts very simply, that people think estate planning, again, you say the word and it sounds complicated. It's as simple as having the correct ownership and beneficiary arrangements on your savings and investment accounts. And you'd be amazed how many people have an account at a bank or a brokerage account, stocks or mutual funds, and they don't have a payable upon death or a transferable upon death or a beneficiary named. And you should, because if you don't and you leave this world, somebody else gets to decide where that money goes, not you, and you'd rather make that decision.
Yeah, we've dealt with that in our family where there's one account that maybe gets put in a wrong name or a wrong beneficiary, and then it's this whole legal process to try to sort it out.
So the first and simplest thing that everybody can do is just check your ownership and your beneficiary on all your savings and investment accounts. That's
and then when it comes to an estate plan, it's not just a will, it's also often a medical directive, right?
Yeah, any good attorney now, if you go draft a will or a trust, they're going to probably include a health care directive as part of the legal work. And it's also not just wills and trusts. It may also be estate planning. You might want to do gifting or certain changes to your investments or look at your tax situation. So estate planning sounds intimidating, sounds complicated, and it can be if you have a really large estate, but in its simplest form, for most of us, it's really not that intimidating.
Is there a certain age where you really do need to start thinking about that, or is it maybe when you get closer to retirement? At what point?
I don't think it's ever, that's a great question. I don't think it's ever too early, but in my experience, 50 seems to be an epiphany age where people turn 50 and they go, oh my gosh, I'm 50 and I haven't even thought about this, and that's when we get a lot of phone calls.
We did it with kids. And then we did the will.
Yeah, kids might be, a life-changing event where you say, I haven't done this.
I want to make sure that we send the kids in the right spot. Thanks, Bruce.
Thank you.
You can see Bruce right here on Mid-Morning each Tuesday. Get more financial advice on his show, Your Money, on WCCO Radio. Just tune in Sunday mornings from 8:30 to 9:30.